For the board practical exam, you have to do two Python programs. One is a general Python program. What I mean by general Python program is it may be a program based on text file or binary file or CSV file, or it may be a Python program based on data structures using stack or queue. So you will get a lot and you have to do that program in the computer. It carries 7 marks. The second Python program is one based on connectivity and it carries 5 marks. So today let me explain one more Python program based on connectivity. Now in the fair record, you have to record 20 programs. Out of these 20 programs, 4 programs should be based on connectivity. Okay, so today I am going to explain one more program, Python program based on connectivity. Now for the practical exam, the first thing that you need to do is you should open MySQL and create a database by the name class 12. Using Python program, you can do that, but to minimize the coding, it is better that you open MySQL and create a database by the name class 12. So here you can type the password Nava. Now create database class 12. So you have successfully created the database class 12. Now you can use class 12. So use class 12. So this is something which you need to do manually. No need to write a Python code for this one so that you can minimize the number of Python lines. So maybe you can close this. Okay. Now you can start with Python. So the program that I am going to do is a menu-driven Python program to search for an item in a stationery shop. So first you can click on File, New. A new file is opened. You can save the file. Start only after saving the file. Now the question should be written as a comment. So it's already typed for you. Write a menu-driven Python program to search for an item in a stationery shop. Now, after comment, you can import all the modules. No need to study it by heart. Depending on the need, you can import the module. Anyway, here we need a module by the name mysql.connector. So let me import that. Import mysql.connector. Okay. Now you can define all the functions. First, you need a function for displaying the menu. So you have to create a table, insert row, display the table, SQL table by the name items, search for an item, exit from the program. Now you can read the choice. So you have to create a function for reading the choice. Now document string is very important. It carries marks. Used to read the choice. Okay. Now you can create a function to establish a connection between Python and MySQL. Okay. So I'm going to create a function. How do you create function? def followed by name of the function. Create connection. Function symbol colon. Now please make a note of this one. There should not be space when you give name for a function. Identifier. What is identifier? Name of a variable, name of a function, name of a list. So name of something should not contain space. So here don't forget, you should write underscore or the whole thing should be written together. Now you can start with a document string used to create a connection. Now in order to create a connection, there is an object, there is a function by the name connect. Now this function is present in which module? mysql.connector. So how can you call this function? It must be called as mysql.connector.connect. Now the connect function In the previous video tutor, I used only 3 arguments. Now, in order to reduce the number of lines, let me go for 4 arguments. Okay, the first argument, the computer where MySQL server is installed, and it is installed in this server, in this computer. So you can write host is equal to, in double quotes or single quotes, you can write local host. Okay, now it will not fit in one line, so let me break here. Let me continue. Host is equal to local host, comma. Again, let me break, backward slash. Now user equals the default user, root. Okay, now comma, let me break, backward slash. Password equals the one that I gave while installing MySQL, it is Nava. And the fourth one, the new one, here you can directly mention the database name. We have already created a database by the name class 12. So here you can mention that database name. Database equals class 12. Okay, so these are the 4 arguments, and you can store the answer in a variable by the name connection. Remember, this is not a keyword, it is simply a variable name, ABCD, like that. Okay, so for beautification purpose, let me align it like this. So you have created a connection between Python and MySQL. Now, in order to execute SQL statements, you should create a cursor object. And in order to create a cursor object, there is a function by the name cursor. Why do you go for cursor? In order to execute SQL statements. Now cursor function is present in the connection object. Okay, so it should be called as connection dot, and the answer you can store in a variable, and this is your cursor object. Okay, and this connection is required in the main function, because whenever you want to execute an SQL statement, first you have to create a connection, and at that time we will call this function. So there you need the connection object, you need the cursor object, so it should be returned as answer. Return connection comma cursor. So you have created a function for establishing a connection between Python and MySQL. Now the remaining functions in the next video tutor.